What is up, party people? My name is Daryl, and today I'm going to teach you everything there is to know about AWeber and email marketing. So in this tutorial, I'm going to guide you through the process of AWeber, how to set it up, and how you can import subscribers onto your AWeber account. So first we'll be talking about like the general dashboard, such as like your home, messages, like broadcasts, and all these different options. We'll talk about how you can import your subscribers as well from another email provider. I'll talk about sign-up forms, but I do recommend other sign-up forms, and we'll talk about that later in this tutorial. And then also you can see your reports from here, so people who are clicking on your emails and all that analytics as well. Also, I'll be showing you how you can kind of set up your own campaign. So it's really easy to use it with the AWeber. Like it's like almost foolproof. Like literally you would just like click on something and then just drag and drop it, such as you want a button, you would just drag and drop it right there. So I'll teach you all about how you can use this. It's a really simple drag and drop builder. And also for those of you who like to use it with your favorite page builder, I'll show you how you can integrate it as well. Most of you might want to use it with a different page builder such as Divi or Elementor. I'll kind of guide you the process to show you how that works as well. And I'll also talk about different plugins that you can use such as Bloom to have a real nice email opt-in form to really convince people to sign up for your mailing list. Now, also talk about how you can set up autoresponders. So let's say, for instance, someone comes to your website and they sign up. Maybe you want to give them a free ebook, right? Maybe you want to give them something for cooking or, I don't know, cooking or lose weight or something like that. I'll show you how when they sign up, they can get an automatic email from you, an autoresponder, to send them a link or to send them whatever you want. So for instance, this is something that I sent right here in the demo. So I'll show you how you can set this up. And then also I'll talk about how you can kind of link like a blog post. So right here, I have a blog post. Maybe you want to include this in your article as well. I'll show you how you can do that as well. And then of course, again, if you want to use like Elementor right here, where you can kind of, put your, a list right here or an email and then subscribe, I'll show you can set that up as well. Now let's just go ahead and kind of touch base and kind of give you the general feel of it. So there is a link in the description below. It'll take you to aweber.com. Now you get a free 30-day trial. Yes, everyone loves free, and that is right. You do get a free 30-day trial. So here you're going to go ahead and put in all your information. You're going to put in your social security. I'm just kidding. You will never give them your social security. It's a joke. I'm gonna get in trouble for that one day, but I'm just joking. So here you're gonna put in all your information. You will need to give them a credit card as well, because remember, your first month is free, and then after that you can kind of decide if it's for you or not, and then they will bill you $19 a month, which is pretty cheap for email marketing. Now I'm pretty impressed by AWeber. They do have something called like a follow-up series, which is really cool. I think it's called like the Legacy series, and it's great for funnels. It's great for email marketing, and some other providers don't have that option. So AWeber kind of stood out to me as something that's really useful, especially if you are in something like, setting, campaigns every other day. It's great for it. I'll show you all about it in this tutorial. So let's first talk about your dashboard. So let's say, for instance, you sign up for your process, or you go through the sign up process, and you confirm your email, you go back and forth. They're going to want information. Once you do all that information, you're about to this page right here. Now, the first thing that you might want to do here is you probably want to go ahead and import your subscribers, right? So let's say, for instance, you have a list somewhere else. Over here on subscribers, you can click on add subscribers. Now, you have the option to manually add subscribers, which is crazy. I mean, that would take me forever because I have over 5,000 subscribers. Or you can click on import right here, and you'll get a CSV file probably from your other provider as well, such as like MailChimp or ConvertKit. They do offer CSV files. You can just export it, and then here you can actually import it. So right here, I'll just click on open. Now they say it takes a day, but it doesn't. It takes like 30 minutes, guys. It's really fast. So they tell you it takes a day, but it doesn't. So here I have the name, the last name, and the email address. And then right here, you can see I have those set up. These other options right here, I'm not going to mess with them because, quite frankly, I don't know what longitude and latitude is. I mean, if you're a crazy email marketing guru, you might need to use those. But I think for most of us, for 99%, we won't use those options. So right here, how do these subscribers join your list? Right here, I'll put they sign up through my website. And then right here, we'll go ahead and put in the your website. And then are these being bought from another mail provider? I'm going to put yes. I'm going to put MailChimp, and then click on next right here. So should we send your legacy follow-up series to these subscribers? Right here, I'm going to put yes. Send my follow-up list to these subscribers once the auto import is arrived. We'll talk more about this as well when we actually we'll put no for now. We'll put no. I'll talk more about what that is a little bit later in this video. So we're gonna click on next, and then do you want your subscribers to opt in again? I'm gonna put no. That is crazy. You don't want, just because I did something with my business doesn't mean you have to make your subscribers suffer. You know, they have other stuff to do. You know, they don't have time to sit there and re-opt into your stuff. So I'm gonna put no. And then right here, tags. I'm not gonna talk, I'll briefly touch base about tags. It's for very advanced marketing, but we'll talk more about that a little bit later in this video. So right here, I'll click on finish imports. And then again, they tell you it takes a day, and it really doesn't. It takes like maybe like an hour or two. So once you're done with that, you'll see your subscribers right here. And oh, cool, I got a subscriber. That's pretty neat. I just got one. So right here, you can see the subscribers right here. Now let's first talk about when you first get here, you might want to set up autoresponders. Now to do that, we're going to click on create a message and click on the drag and drop email builder. So this is the message that we're going to create when someone signs up for your form or your newsletter. So right here, we have templates. Now I just grabbed a template, you know, I would preferably grab a template, make sure this is unchecked right here, keep my message content, because this is going to make it from scratch. And then right here, we have different ones. So you can kind of get a brief preview of it. I thought the one that was like something like this right here looks pretty good. You know, it's pretty simple, but the one I used was, let's see if I can find it. This one's good too. I like this one. That one's nice. I use something like this right here. All right, just a plain one. You know, this is for, you know, they sign up for something. Maybe you want to provide them with an ebook. Now I'll talk about how you can add downloadable products as well in this video as well. Now by default, AWeber does not have this service. They have a third party that actually offers it. But, you know, I know a lot about WordPress and stuff, so I'll give you the secret on how to do that. So for instance, right here, we have an image, and you can upload an image right here or choose one from the image gallery. Now, preferably, you might want to use your own image. I'm just going to go ahead and select mine right here. And again, you can just go ahead and click on upload an image and just simply just upload your image, and it'll show up in your image gallery library. Now, the cool thing is that you can kind of adjust this right here to fit your need and criteria. Now, I like that because a lot of email providers don't have that. So that's pretty cool. And right here, we have some text. You can go ahead and put in some text, but maybe you want to add in something else like, you know, you can add in an image right here. You can add in an article right here. It's all drag and drop, guys. So it's really simple to use. Right here, you can add in like a coupon. That looks pretty cool. I like the coupons. You know, most providers don't have that. So shout outs to AWeber for having that. It looks nice. So right here, I'll just click on delete. Now, I'm just going to simply just, you know, type in some more content here saying, this is a great tutorial. Make sure to like it. Okay, make sure to like it, all right? And then right here, we have the click here. Now, let's talk about how you want people to add downloadable products. Now, if you're using WordPress, there is a secret on how you can do this. Now, I'm going to show you how to do that right now. So let's say, for instance, we're going to go to my dashboard right here. This is my website, darrellwilson.com, where I teach all about WordPress tutorials and all sorts of really cool stuff. So make sure to check it out and subscribe, whatever. So over here under media, I'm going to go to library. All right. Now, all you need to do is click on add new and then select the files, and then simply just go ahead and select whatever file that you want them to download. Now, this will have to be a PDF, zip file, or CVS file, text file. If you do something like an image, I don't believe it will work. So you might want to use like a text file or a zip. So right here is a zip file or CVS or I don't have a PDF, but if you do want to have a PDF, just simply upload a PDF, right? So once you do that, you'll click on the file that you uploaded, and you'll want to take this URL right here and copy that, all right? So remember, your WordPress dashboard, you'll need to copy that. You get that through media and library, okay? And once you do that, you'll go back over here and just simply go ahead and paste this in the URL. Now you can go ahead and decorate this button right here. So you can make it bigger. So right here, you can see I can make it bigger. And then we can change the font, we can change the color, the text color. Now, I'm not just gonna I'm not gonna like, you know, show you every single option. I mean, I am, but you get it, you know, like left, center, button color, text color, etc. So it's a very simple drag and drop builder. And I think that, you know, just by looking at this and messing around with this, you can kind of understand how to use it. Like right here, you might want to add in some like social icons, and then maybe just delete this right here. And there you go. We have a beautiful autoresponder right here. And then right here, you might want to go ahead and put in your, you know, your URL for your Facebook, etc. Okay. So let's just say, for instance, that we have this set up, and we have the file right there. Now let's go ahead and test this. We want to make sure that it's working. So let's go ahead and do that. So over here, I'm going to put, this is a test email, and click over here, click on preview and test. And right here, you can see my email, and I'm going to click on send test. So I want to make sure that this is working before I set it up as an autoresponder, right? That makes perfect sense. So over here, I'm gonna go to my inbox, and right here you can see that this is a test email. If I click on this right here, display the images. Now this is a test email, so generally the images will display, but it's a test. So right here you can kind of see click here. Now if I click on this, you're gonna see that the file is now downloaded. So right there you can see that it has downloaded right there. So that is a great way on how you can start to add downloadable files to your autoresponder. You know, a lot of people don't know that, but you can do that with WordPress. So let's go back over here. So I'm gonna click on save and exit. All right. So I have that set up. Now let's go click back on home. So remember, right now we have basically created an autoresponder. Now we need to actually apply it as an autoresponder. So over here, I'm gonna click on messages. Now right here, I have, this is a test email. Remember, this is the one that we just created right here. So right here under send options, I'm gonna click on, I'm gonna go to schedule a broadcast. So right here, you can kind of change like the actual settings right here. So like this is a test email, but you know, before we do this, let's just go back because I don't want to send an email just yet. I want to show you how you can actually send this up as a follow-up, right? Autoresponder. So right here, click on legacy follow-up series. Now you can kind of see I've been messing around with this for quite a bit. You know, I've been really like messing around with it, and it's a very simple service to use. So right here, I'm gonna delete this one right here. That was the one that I actually had before. And right here, I'm gonna click on create a message and then drag and drop email builder. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and now create one right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on image gallery. Now I should have saved the other one. That would have made way more sense, you know, but instead I just actually imported it. And then let's see where I did it at. Yeah, I should have saved it. So I have to do that over again. So I might wanna save and exit last time. But I just did preview and test. So that's, you want to save it, you know, a lesson learned. So over here again, I can just go ahead and add in some social shares right here and delete this one right here. Some social shares. And then again, I can go ahead and click on the downloadable link and then click on save and exit. Oh, and then welcome to the darylwilson.com family. So this is the email that they're going to see when actually they sign up for your email address. So right here, I'll click on save and exit. So here we have the email, darylwilson.com family. And right here, you can kind of see we have the email right there. And again, you can kind of always like right click over here or left click and then like preview the ones that you've already made. So remember, what we did before was just make messages. We're just basically creating the template for our emails. So right here, we have welcome to Darylson family. So this is the email that I want them to see when they sign up. So over here under send options, I'm gonna click on add to follow-up series. Now right here, it's gonna say the subject, welcome to the family. And right here, it's gonna say this is the #1 follow-up message they're going to see after they signing up. Now we'll talk more about why they say #1. We know we'll talk more about that a little bit later. But right here, it says track clicks on website link of this message. So click on add to follow-up series. Now this is the email that they're going to get when they sign up for our service. Pretty cool, right? So now we have an autoresponder all set up. Now, after we've done that, maybe you want to go ahead and say, okay, so I have that all set up, but you know, I want to now, maybe I want to send a message, you know? So let's just click on broadcast right here. Now, once you do this, you'll click on, you see I have the list right here. You want to make sure that your subscriber, you have a list, okay? Because if you don't have a list, you'll have nothing to send it to. So whenever you manage your lists or whatever, you want to make sure that you have your list right here. And again, you can always create a list right here. You can manually create it right here by going to create all. Oops. By going to create a list. There we go. All right, there we go. And then right here, you can kind of go ahead and create a list right here. And then right here, you can just go ahead and what would you like to name your list? Here, you can put in something like Daryl, we'll put in Daryl Wilson new list. And then briefly describe the emails your subscribers are going to receive, just to kind of give you a general, you know, overview. So here I'll put WordPress tutorials and WordPress tutorials, all right? Next step, and then right here, you can put a language. Right here, confirm your subscription, etc. This is the email that they're going to get. You can always edit this content right here by clicking on edit message content, and then approve message and create list. So right now we have created the list. So before we actually send the email, we need to have a list. Okay, so just make sure to do that. You know, I just kind of touched over that, so you can kind of see I've already have a list. But most of you doing this might not have a list. So let's say, for instance, you have this new list right here and you want to send it to them. You click on that list. All right. So I have Daryl Wilson right here as my primary list. Now over here under broadcast, I want to go ahead and send a message out to all of those subscribers on my email list. So right here, we'll click on drag and drop email builder. Now this is the email that we're going to send to those people on our subscriber list. So I have around 5,000 something people on my list. So over here under templates, I'm going to click on a newsletter, and then click on apply right here. All right, and then right here we'll put in a logo. So image gallery, I'll put in my images right here. I'll put in this one right here. This one looks nice. Maybe this is like something that I want to advertise to something, and hey, and then right here you can kind of say, hey, this right here is actually the short code for people who actually sign up to your list with their first name. Here you can kind of talk about, etc., what you want. Here is your social media icons as well. And then right here, we'll click on save right here. We'll click on save and exit. So now we have, let's put a list right here. So this will be something like, is your website secure? And then right here, we'll click on save and exit. So we basically now created a message that we are going to send. So right here, we have, is your website secure? Send options, schedule a broadcast. All right. So this is the screen that you're going to see when you want to send people this message that you just made. Okay. So right here is your website secure. We have, we've enabled it. I don't really want to share to Facebook and Twitter. I think that's, I've never done that. Maybe some people do. I found that it just comes off as spam. And when I post on Facebook, I want it to look good. I want to, have something. I don't know how it's going to look too much on Facebook, so I don't want to do that. When should this be sent? Immediately. All right. So right here, you can kind of edit it. You can also set a schedule of when you want to send this email campaign as well. All right. So you can kind of mess around with this and say, I want to send it on this day or whatever day. And then just kind of like say, I want to send on this day at 12 o'clock. Okay. But I want to go ahead and send it right now. Once you're ready to send it right now, you'll click on send message now. And this email that you created will then be sent to those people on your email list right away. Okay. So this is how you send an email address. Remember, you go to your messages, you go to your drafts, you click on the message that you created. So right here is your website secure, schedule a broadcast, or you can go ahead and send a test email right there. All right. So basically I've shown you how you can import subscribers. I've shown you how you can set up autoresponders. I've shown you how you can actually send an email. Now I want to dig a little bit more on the follow-up series, because this is kind of where AWeber kind of comes in and kind of, it makes it worth it, you can say. So let's go back over here to Legacy Follow-Up Series. So right here, we have this message right here. And right here, we can, send this immediately or something like that. Now, right here, we can kind of create another one right here. So over here, I'll just simply create another one. And I'll just simply create a new one really quickly right here. All right, and then I'll click on Save and Exit. Or I'll put, so how is your day going? All right, and click on Save and Exit. All right, so I have this one right here. So how's your day going? Now right here, I'm gonna click on Add to Follow-Up Series. So what this means is we already sent an autoresponder. So this email is basically saying, when are we gonna send it after we sent the first one? So right here, we're basically sending follow-ups. Like we're kind of having conversations with our subscribers. We wanna keep them engaged. So right here, so how's your day going? Follow-up of number 2. Remember earlier we talked about number 1, how I said it says number 1. This is number 2. So I wanna send this email 2 days after the first autoresponder. And then right here, send window, you can go ahead and edit that, and you can kind of set a specific time and day of when you want to send it. Or you can just say, I want to send it 2 days later. Now, I think the best time to send emails is when people are sleeping. So you ever wake up and you see those advertisements from like, Best Buy or Walmart or Fry's or something like that, and you're wondering to yourself, why are they sending me these emails so early? Well, the first thing you do when you wake up is you check your phone, right? And you check your email. And what people do is when they check their email, they say, oh man, the PlayStation 3 is coming out. They're barely awake, or PlayStation 5, whatever. I'm going to go buy it at work. And the first thing they do is when they get to work, they might want to buy something. So that's exactly why companies like Fry's and Best Buy, they always email you like at 3 in the morning when everyone's sleeping. So when you wake up, that is the first thing you see. It's right in your brain, So right here is the second follow-up. And of course, you can add more. So these were other ones that I have. And let's say, for instance, right here, out of follow-up series, you can add this one as another one. So, you know, if you want to add this to your follow-up series, you can say, send this one as your second and your third. So for instance, right here, I'm going to go to my follow-up series and say, okay, I want to go ahead and send this to my follow-up series. So right here, 2 days later. All right. So now we have an email going out to our subscribers when they sign up. And now this is the follow-up. So right here, you can kind of see that this is number one when they sign up immediately. And then this right here is the second one. So 2 days after they sign up, we want to go ahead and send them another one. You can even do a third one, you know. So what we're doing here is we're kind of setting up scheduled emails to people to kind of keep them engaged with our stuff. So right here, I'll put, this is a good one. Have you seen our webinar? And I'll click on save and exit. And again, you might want to decorate it. You know, don't just save it. You know, I'm just giving you an example of what the what those are. So right here, what is our webinar? And then right here, add to follow-up series. Now you can see this is number 3. So this is the third one. And then we'll say, you know, we'll send this 3 days after the previous one. And then right here, click on add to follow-up series. So that is exactly what the follow-up series is. It is great for email marketing campaigns. Tons of people use it. Companies like Airbnb use this stuff, and I'm sure you've seen companies where they send consecutive email addresses, you know, like companies like Airbnb, Sony, all those companies, they use that because it keeps your audience engaged. All right. Now let's talk about sign-up forms. I'll be very honest with you all. The sign-up forms for Weber are probably the ugliest sign-up forms I've ever seen. Let me give you an example. Now, Weber is it's a great service. You know, it's a great service, but would I use their email or their opt-in forms? No, absolutely not. So this one right here is from Elegant Themes. It's called Bloom, and it is the cleanest form out there. So for instance, right here, if I just type this in, and this works with the Weber, you know, it works with the Weber. It's really easy and simple. So right here, click on subscribe, and then right away, that person is subscribed right there. You have successfully subscribed, done, easy. It's all done and set. Now, the one that they use is this one right here. It's this one right here. I mean, I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm just saying this looks like crap. Now, the one that I use right here is Bloom. There is a link below to get it. Now, this is actually part of the subscription that you get with the Divi theme as well. But the Bloom plugin is probably one of the most famous plugins out there because let's be honest, these right here are beautiful forms and it really integrates well. In fact, when you actually go to your dashboard, Bloom will actually show you all sorts of analytics. It shows you who have seen it. It gives you conversion rates, everything. So right here is Bloom. And you don't have to sign up for it. I'm just giving you an example. These are my opt-in forms right here. So you can kind of see that the impressions, so 153,000 people have signed up, 1,900 people have signed up, and my conversion rate is around 1.3%, which is not too bad for just a little dinky sidebar. You know, that is actually pretty good. So let's go back over here. Now, if you want to go ahead and use a Weber for Divi theme, all you need to do is enable the visual builder and simply just set it up. It's really simple. In fact, they have a module where you can actually just add it in. So this right here is the module that you'll need to use. And let's see right here. All right, so this right here is the module. And under the design right here, you can kind of change everything, etc. Now right here, you have join our newsletter, and then I have the subscribe button. And going down, now we have email account. So a Weber works perfectly well with the Divi theme as well. And right here, you can see I said a Weber. It also works with all these other providers right there. And then it has the list right there. So it works perfectly with the list. Here you can kind of fetch all the lists right here. And remember, we made that new list. So right here, Daryl Wilson, new lost. Wow, I spelled that wrong, but you know, you get the point. So it'll actually fetch everything from a Weber. And now when I click on this and click on check, now all of the people that sign up right here are going to that secondary list. So you can have like 2, 3, 4 lists depending on your websites. You know, I don't know how many websites you're running, but that is a great way to do it. Also, it works perfectly well for Elementor as well. Now, let me just give you a quick little a preview of this. So over here under the blog, right here, I have one of my blogs right here. So this right here is Elementor. I think Elementor is a great resource. I mean, it makes some of it's great for blogging. I think it's great for blogging. So right here under the bottom right here, I have this right here. Now, again, it integrates very well with a Weber, so you don't have to use theirs. You can kind of decorate your own. And let's be honest, you know, when you're using these new page builders, they have some of the best stuff out there, so you will kind of want to use it. So going back over here, right here, you can kind of see subscribe to your newsletter, and then you can kind of like decorate it as well. Now, Again, if you want to get this same thing, there is a link below. Elementor Pro and Divi both have beautiful contact forms. So those are the ones I recommend. I really wouldn't use the opt-in forms for AWeber because personally, I just think that they're not really good looking. But I will show you how to use them anyways, all right? So enough of me trying to sell you. I'll talk about how you can actually use these sign-up forms. All right, so right here we have the sign-up forms, and right here we can just create a new one just to show you how to do this from scratch. So I'll just go ahead and just use the same one I used before. So these are like the templates right here. Let's do popular. Let's see what they got over here. So we got this one, we got this one, and we got this one. I mean, this is just really ugly. So I really take my advice. The link below to get Bloom and Elementor Pro, depending on whatever page builder you use. I think Bloom is probably the best one. It's just really clean, and you can use it as a widget, so you can put it anywhere. But going back over here, I'll just say I want to use this one right here. So I'll load this template, and then here you can kind of change stuff. You can kind of like mess around with it. You can, edit it. Right here, clicking on edit, you can change the alignment, the center, etc. So once you're kind of done like checking it out, you can kind of create a new field for it as well. And then you can kind of put like a phone number or something else, address, whatever you want to add to it. You can add as many fields as you want. But preferably, I just, you might want to use just their basic templates. So once you're kind of done messing around with this, again, you can add an image to it. All this stuff right here, you can kind of move it around. You get the point, right? You get the point. It's really simple to use. So over here, I'll click on go to step 2. And then right here, this is the thank you page. We'll give it a name. So I'll put, what should we call this? Form for Daryl Wilson. And then we have a thank you page. They have different ones, but by default, they have this one right here. And that's basically what they need to sign up for confirm their subscription. So I think the basic one is pretty good. Right here, click on go to step 3 and save your form. All right, so right here, I'll click on this right here. Now, a really simple way to do this, if you're using WordPress, is just to take all this text right here. There it goes. All right, and then just put it in a text form. So let's go back over to my website right here. Actually, I can probably even use it as a widget. Let's test. I've never tried to do this, but let's just see if this works right here. Okay, so there's my text right here. I'm gonna click on the text right here and simply just go ahead and paste this right there. All right, and there you go. There is the form. Now it does look a little bit big, so I might want to sit there and adjust that. You can adjust that by going back to the form and visually adjusting it. But I just think that it's really, it just doesn't work well with page builders, and it's kind of glitchy. So you might want to add it to your sidebar. So let's go back over here. I'm just gonna show you how you can add it to your sidebar, which is what most page builders, what most of the themes want you to do today. All right, I'll go over here to appearance and click on widgets. All right, and then we'll find the, we'll go ahead and we'll find the AWeber form, or we'll find the text form. The other one was from the plugin, but I really don't recommend it. It's really ugly. So right here, I'll just simply go ahead and paste this and then subscribe. Okay. And let's go to visit site. And now we'll check how it looks. So we're here under the blog. And subscribe. Now you can kind of see it's just really distorted. It didn't really come out too well at all. So I might want to go ahead and readjust it. Maybe use a better contact form. Now there is another way on how you can use another alternative by actually downloading their plugin and just interlinking it. So instead of doing all that, we'll go to plugins and go to add new. Now the plugin that you will need is called AWeber. Just type in AWeber and it'll show up. And it is this one right here, the AWeber form, the AWeber form plugin. Now this is the one that I used, and again right here you can kind of see it. So over here I'll go to my plugins, installed plugins, and just give you an example of how to run it. All you need to do is just verify it. It's pretty simple. So right here, the AWeber web forms, and then right here you'll click on link, and then basically it'll give you you have to log in with your credentials, and then once you do that, you can kind of use the widget instead. So Right here, you'll click on Activate, and then right here, select the list you'd like people to subscribe to, and then click on Save. Now, once you do that with the plugin instead, you can actually select the list from the ones that you created in your account. So over here, under your sign up forms, it's going to say, okay, we have web form 1, web form 2, web form 3. And when you go to your plugin, it's going to list all of those. So let me give you an example just to make sure that you're not lost. So appearance and widgets. Okay. Now right here, I have the AWeber form. Now that is the widget that you receive once you download the plugin. So you'll go ahead and find the AWeber web form. And then right here, you kind of see the list that we made. So we have list 1, list 2, list 3. And I feel that the list 3 worked the best because it just came off responsive. So right there, web form 3. All right. So again, web form 3 is the one, it's going to be right below, it's going to be the second widget. And there you go. So that is another way on how you can add forms on your websites without using the HTML code. So you can use the HTML code. You just got to make sure that you're using a template that works suitable, or you can go ahead and use the plugin as well. So I've basically shown you all how you can, let's see what we got going on here. So I've shown you how you can send messages, broadcast. Now campaigns are a little bit more complex. Campaigns are something for some very deep email marketing. And I'm not going to cover it in this video because basically it's for like funnels and stuff where basically you're going to send messages like every other day. And then depending on what they do, you're going to tag them. So that'll go to another list. So it does take a little bit of work to get used to campaigns. They do have a tutorial. I'll leave that in the description below. But for most people, you might just want to use their autoresponders, the legacy follow-up, and then just the broadcasting as well. I've shown you all how you can import subscribers. I've shown you how you can set up sign-up forms. The reports are where you're going to, check out your reports if people are looking on it. Right here, list options, so you can kind of check out like your list settings as well, like like your list name. Right here, you'll put in your information, and then all the information all the information you'll put right there. You can personalize your list right here. You can send also a confirmation message as well. Right here, you can go ahead and edit it as well. So I think I've covered everything in this video. I think AWeber is a great email marketing campaign platform. I mean, it's just simple. I love the legacy follow-up. It's just really easy. I preferably would use Bloom, or I would use some other form. I think with Elementor, you have to use Crocklebox, but I'll put those links in the description below. I think Crocklebox is a form where it gives you an email subscribe form, but I think Elementor Pro just offers that. So you might want to look into Elementor Pro, the DV subscriber form, or just Bloom, because just by looking at this right here, I mean, I don't have to sell you. You have something like this right here where it looks really simple, or you have this right here where it's just really ugly. The box is way too big. It has all these links on it that you don't need, like powered by AWeber. You don't need all that stuff. So again, I recommend just getting this right here. And also, if you're using Elementor, just use their subscribe module. And if you're using Divi, just use the subscribe module as well. And if you're using any other theme, just get Bloom, because Bloom right here, it's just really good. It's $89. It is part of the package. So you do get Divi with it. You do get the Monarch plugin with it, and you also get Bloom with it as well. So I hope this tutorial was helpful. I hope my advice was helpful. I hope hopefully by now you can run your own email marketing campaigns. It is a great service. I highly recommend it. And you get a free 30-day money back. So if you don't like it, just get your money back, no problem, right? So again, my name is Daryl Wilson. Make sure to like this video. I hope it was helpful, and I will see you all in the next video.